Hello footballers, and welcome back to our channel where we bring you the most exciting stories surrounding the beautiful game. Imagine for a moment if someone told you Deadpool, yes, Deadpool, would be the owner of your favourite football club. Things would certainly be wild, right? You're probably wondering what we're waffling on about. Well, we have a truly amazing story for you today. So hit those like and subscribe buttons as we take you through Wrexham's history. Also, make sure to watch until the end to find out whether the club means real business or it's all just a show. Some would think that Wrexham is a club with no history that was recently bought by Deadpool. Sorry, we meant Ryan Reynolds and his Hollywood mate and American television star, Rob McElhenney. Well, this video is here to show you the reality behind this football club and remove any confusion looming around its existence. So, here's our first shocking information for the day. Did you know that Wrexham is one of the world's oldest clubs? It was founded in October 1864 by Wrexham's cricket club members, making them the third oldest professional football club. Yes, Wrexham is older than most English football giants. Since its foundation, Wrexham Football Club has become a symbol of resilience, passion and community, with a journey that weaves through 156 years of football history. Its home at the Racecourse Ground stands as the world's oldest international stadium. But beyond these monumental statistics lies an enchanting story. In its early years, Wrexham was not just a football club, but a pioneer. It set standards for Welsh football, helping to organise the inaugural Welsh Cup in 1877, which they won. It also made its mark on the English football scene, joining the Combination League and later the Birmingham and District League before becoming a founding member of the 3rd Division North in 1921. But it wasn't just about playing. Wrexham established itself as a football institution that was here to stay. The period from the 1920s to the late 1950s was a fluctuating rollercoaster. Still, the club managed to sustain itself despite financial and on-field struggles. The club's resilience was tested further during World War II, but like many other organisations, Wrexham persevered. Post-war, the club saw inconsistent results, but remained a fixture in the Football League, shifting between the 3rd Division North and its southern counterpart. The late 60s and 70s signalled a transformative era. Under manager John Neal, Wrexham clinched the 3rd Division title in the 1977-78 season, earning a historic promotion to the 2nd Division. Players like Arfon Griffiths and Mickey Thomas became club legends, embodying the fighting spirit Wrexham would come to be known for. Cup runs during this period added more chapters to the club's history, most notably the European Cup Winners' Cup campaigns in 1975 and 1984 remain etched in memory. Although Wrexham never clinched the European title, their respectable performances against clubs like Anderlecht, Porto and Roma won them international respect. But that wasn't it, because the club would then earn the reputation of being a giant killer. That was when Wrexham, who were struggling financially and on the field, had to face the English giants Arsenal in the 1992 FA Cup. The club came from behind to cause one of the century's biggest upsets and knock out the Gunners after a 2-1 victory. However, the late 80s and 90s were a period of significant challenges. The club faced financial troubles and was relegated to the 4th Division. Despite these setbacks, Wrexham managed to bounce back to the 3rd Division but couldn't escape financial strain. By the late 90s, the club was in a precarious economic situation, leading to a critical point in the early 2000s when it entered administration. The subsequent years were marked by decline and uncertainty. In 2008, the unthinkable happened. Wrexham, a club with a rich Football League history, found itself relegated to the Conference Premier, the 5th tier of English football. The club's future was hanging by a thread, and that's when the Wrexham Supporters Trust stepped in. In 2011, they took over the club, providing a lifeline that kept Wrexham afloat. Wrexham experienced a period of stabilisation and transformation, both on and off the pitch. While the club remained in the 5th tier of English football, the Conference Premier, this period laid the groundwork for sustainable operations. The club managed to reach the playoffs several times, but failed to secure promotion back to the Football League. On the pitch, Wrexham gained a reputation for being a hard-fighting team, but faced challenges that prevented it from regaining its earlier status. Off the pitch, the fan ownership model gave supporters a sense of empowerment and involvement, but could only do so much in terms of financial investment. And this brings us to 2020. Football takeovers are nothing new. Manchester City were transformed into this unstoppable force thanks to Sheikh Mansour. Newcastle United avoided relegation and qualified for the Champions League 1 year later thanks to the Saudi Public Investment Fund ownership. Still, these two clubs are active in the English top tier, so it would make sense for rich parties to invest their money in them. However, what doesn't make sense is when two Hollywood actors decided to invest their money in a non-league football club and to air their possible colossal failure in a made-for-TV documentary. Sean Pajic, who played over 200 games for Wrexham over the course of a decade, said that he thought it was a joke when he first heard about the rumours. But it wasn't. It was far from a joke because Reynolds and Rob McElhenney were 100% serious with their bid to buy the club. They knew the club's potential, being one of the most historic clubs in the world. Imagine remaking glorious history being the reason behind waking a sleeping giant. That would be an incredible Hollywood-esque story. The pair promised to pump £2 million into the club, build a new training facility, and always beat arch-rivals Chester, which encouraged the Wrexham Supporters Trust to unanimously approve the takeover. In 2021, the takeover was officially completed, and Wrexham stocks immediately started to rise with the Hollywood owners at the helm. Record ticket sales, an eye-catching shirt sponsorship deal with global social media platform TikTok, and a surprise inclusion in the FIFA video game franchise. The club was also promoted to the owner's social media pages. You know, Deadpool or Reynolds has over 50 million followers on Instagram. It's not a bad way for the club to gain more exposure, is it? Whilst the owners did their best to promote the club and the whole community, the community itself decided to give back to the Hollywood stars. A Hollywood-style Wrexham side appeared at an old coal pit just out of town. Also, the club's away strip is the same shade of green as the Philadelphia Eagles, in honour of Rob McElhenney's hometown. That's what you call mutual love. Despite all best efforts, the club failed to gain promotion in the first season under the new ownership. However, as with any Hollywood feel-good story, success was just around the corner. In the 22-23 season, and under the management of Phil Parkinson, Wrexham demolished nearly every opponent. They finished top of the league with 111 points, 116 goals scored, and just 43 conceded. After long years in the lower levels, the historic club finally returned to the fourth tier of English football. Even more important, however, what caught everyone's attention was how the club guaranteed promotion and the involvement of both Ryan and Rob in every game. The moment when Ben Foster saved a last-minute penalty against Notts County to keep Wrexham top of the league will never be forgotten by anyone who witnessed it. It was an historic moment of pure joy, encapsulating everything beautiful in football. Some might argue that Ryan and Rob are doing this just to get more exposure and publicity for their own personal gain. After all, they are professional actors, so playing the roles of fictional characters is what they do best. But anyone that's watched their personal investment into the team and the Wrexham community know this is not a tale of fiction. This Hollywood love story is for real. And if you ask any Wrexham fan, they would say the feeling is mutual. But what do you think? Are Wrexham on their way to return to the high levels of football? Or is this just a short-term project for Ryan and Rob that will help them achieve other goals in the future? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and if you love our channel, watch this recent True Footballers video for more great stories. Until next time.